That's what they would have me do.
Have you do?
You know, Ma,
You're nice, Mom.
I started working for other people
Yeah.
when I was probably 8,
8.
10 years old.
Oh. Young.
I there's no other ways for me to earn money but to clean people's houses.
Yes.
So basically, I was a maid at 8 years old, just so I could earn money to get things that I would buy, because people would look at me and they would think she doesn't deserve the things that she wants.
Oh, that's true.
She doesn't deserve the things, because in my head I think this little girl doesn't, and I was a little girl with big dreams. Bigger dreams than they had adults. I had visions of the way the world should be, and now I'm 51 years old and I'm still trying to find my way, and money isn't even a factor anymore. I've created an environment where it doesn't exist to me. I use it enough to do what I need to, or to give it to other people to make them happy, so I can live my life in peace. Except I can't live in my life in peace because I live in Taos and people are fucking, it's like living in the 1800s, the mentality, because they haven't evolved. They just, the same people, the same lot, just died, had kids, same lot, died, had kids, lived life, had kids, died, their kids have kids, and they just did this for generations. And so it's the same as it was in the 1800s, but it's 2025, and my brain is in the fucking future, my thinking. And so every day it's like a puzzle trying to get what I need. And yesterday I went to fucking O'Reilly's, the parts store in this hick town, half-horse town. See, it's not, and I'm not even saying things like Torons or born in, right? Because it don't matter. Because people, what they choose to do with their heart, it don't matter where they come from. It don't matter if they've been here the whole time. It's how they choose to fucking act in life. And people towards me choose to act like assholes all the fucking time. And I go out like I'm gonna go get my side mirror, you know, because another shithead fucking broke it.
Oh.
So I gotta replace it. So that's why I had to go to, and so I go in yesterday and I order my side mirror. And the kid kept saying, it'll be here in the morning. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'll probably come in around this time because it was slow. There was nobody there. I said, I said, people don't really jive with me, so I like coming when people aren't around. And so I go in today, and there's like all these people, one guy at the register, and it's just all him, mosey this, mosey that. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go grab me some seafoam for the bourbon. And then I was walking around looking for a little bench. And then because they were so slow with checking people out, I'm just being chill and stuff. And so finally it was my turn. And the little guy in front of me, he asked the guy, he just did the transaction. He said, now if like he's inquiring, like, now if I don't have the paper receipt, it's in your system, right? Which is what I was encountering, because when I left, I realized I didn't have the receipt. And so, but when you look up my number, put in my number, it shows my name. I get my 10% off for being a veteran. I'm in the system. I have a whole history of transactions there. And so the manager, Travis, is the guy. And I gave him my number. And I said, well, good. I'm glad that it's recorded in the system, because that's the instance that I have right now. And so he did put my number on. It came back, and then he disappeared off into the back. Now I'm a psychic intuitive. I know what asshole feels like. I know what a man that hates women, strong women, feels like, because he ain't never seen one before, because he's been born and raised in New Mexico. And here they shit on women. And I'm not a woman that, I used to be shit on when I was 5, and then I came into my power. And that's about when they stopped shitting on me. They would try, but that's when I would stop allowing. As soon as I found my voice, it would quiver, it would shake, but it didn't mean, because I would still be like, you're mean. right? That's me. But now I'm a grown-ass, full grown-ass woman. I'm a whole ass woman and a half.
Yes, you are.
Right? So I go, and then so he goes off in the back, and I'm standing there. Now I'm in a hoodie.
And a honey.
I didn't look at the I looked at the letter before I left, but I'm like, I'm just gonna run down. I didn't want to put a bra on, so I just threw on a hoodie, and it wasn't even my rainbow hoodie. It was a San Francisco hoodie.
Oh, wow.
I had my glasses on, and I had my sweatpants, like my pajama sweatpants on. I said, I'm in Taos. Nobody gives a fuck about this. Like, so I'm not gonna shower and get dressed to go to O'Reilly's to get a side mirror. There's nobody in this place to impress. So, good girl, pretty.
Look at her chest.
I'm standing there like 10 minutes.
She's happy.
And I said, that fucker left. I'm like, that dude left. That's what I should have freaking pulled out the cat. No, because that would have been just a whole lot of dead air. Anyway, and so there were 2 other people at the register. No one was around. I said, could somebody? He left to go get my mirror, and then it's been 10 minutes, and I really need to get back to my mom. And so that little guy left. And people are like meandering around. Nobody's in her to do anything. It's O'Reilly's in Taos. And so after the guy comes back out, they're like, yeah, it was Travis the hell. Yeah, oh. And then you could hear him like down he left. And then I said, well, just you guys can go get it, And then they looked up my number. When they put my number in, there's no account found. Travis, the manager, deleted my account information for some reason. I've never seen the guy before. Maybe he's seen me on social media and he has a personal vendetta. But ever since I was 8 years old, every job I've ever had, I didn't care who the person was. If they came in for a service, all they were is a customer. They weren't a man. They weren't a woman. They didn't have any kind of color or skin. They didn't have any religion. They didn't have any sexual preference. They didn't have any of that. All that they were is customer. And so I think that people are like me, and they're fucking not. And in small town Hicksville, USA, they're definitely not. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to have to go back home and get my receipt then. And then so when I went back to O'Reilly's, that is when I started the TikTok live. I did a live because I want to make sure I'm not going to say anything I'm gonna be concerned about. It's funny. People think that people have their negative opinions about me in Taos, yet I have all these encounters where people are aggressively coming at me, and I have yet to see any footage of me aggressively going after anybody. Not once. Yet in my TikTok reel, I have a fucking 50-something-year-old woman grabbing my bag of dog food and throwing it in the fucking field. I have a sheriff trying to deputy doofus, trying to unlock twice, not once, but twice, because he's egocentric and I make him feel small and inferior. Now I have people at O'Reilly's walk in with my receipt, wave it, okay, I got it.
You got it.
They so much did not want to help me that they were giving exceptional service to the other customers. They were dragging it out. The kid that talked to me, that finally did go get it, that comes out and he's like, I'm 17, and then follows me. It's 1:30 on a Thursday. Why are you in school, kid? Why are you in class? Where I'm from, that's truancy. You should be in high school learning skills more than cashier guy. He, instead of helping me, he gave his coworker a 5-gallon or a 5-pint. It was one of those canisters of oil. Hey man, can you run this down to, just to make me wait? I have been dealing with this limp dick energy my whole life. My dad and my brother, they're all about it. They hate women too. They just like putting women in their place. Or actually, it doesn't matter about they just want to establish that they have their own little place in the world. And y'all can have your little fucking place. And so, homeboy, finally, I'm there another 10 minutes. I shouldn't have to be there a second time if the fucking Travis, the asshole manager, just would have gave me my shit to begin with. But they're little small minds, and they're gonna hold people up, and if they don't want to, and this is America. This is America. This is what people have parades for, and blow off freaking fireworks, and they're so proud to be American or New Mexican or whatever, and they are, but they can't find it in their heart to be a decent fucking human being. So kid comes out, and now he sees, because I got the phone, right? And he sees, and he walks by his coworker. Man, she's on a TikTok, man. Yep. Can I get my shit? That's all I want is just the stuff I paid for that you didn't have. And I will never come back. And I will never tell anybody to go there. And then so homeboy, I said, you got my receipt? Give me that receipt too. Make sure, because I got to do the survey. So be sure. I came home and I contacted corporate. And nothing will happen to those guys except that they know who they're dealing with, because I sent them the link, because I downloaded my TikTok live to my phone, and then I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I sent them the link so they can see how their own employees behave. Because that's all I can do when you deal with machismo. Oh, and I assure you, I've had plenty of opportunity to be on their side. Guys, people, and women can act like that too. That's why I made a decision early in my work ethic, and my work history reflects what I say by all the awards I've won from the military and stuff, that I don't think they give awards out like that at O'Reilly. Or even Taos High. It shouldn't fucking matter where people come from. Shouldn't matter if they're born and raised. Shouldn't matter where they come from. Everybody has a right to be treated decent. Huh? And then they freaking, get stupid with me. So, okay, let's dance. Let's play then. Because I can always get the stupiderest. It's kind of what Heyoka do. We will out-ass the asses. Only the thing is, I'm an educated Heyoka. So I ain't gonna, do nothing too crazy. I'll just go up the corporate ladder. And put the little employees on last, since the little employees want attention. Maybe O'Reilly's doesn't know that their managers are hiring kids under 18. I hope that kid has a signature, because by law, you got to have a note from your mom and dad that you can work. And especially on a Thursday at 1 o'clock. Should have been in school, kid. Or should have gave me my shit. And Travis, you're a big, tall man. You think you put me in my place, Travis? Travis, you are a frequency, Manager Travis. You are a Diamond Devon. You are so many, like all of the other men that have contributed to making this country shit. To making New Mexico a shit place. Because there's so many Travises that you gotta look a certain way, and you gotta act a certain way just to get the shit that you fucking pay for. That's how control freaks behave. So way to go, guys. It could have been cool. You weren't. No class. Again, no class, Travis. No class, Travis. Down at O'Reilly's in Taos, New Mexico. You know why they're all fucking mad? I say it all the time. I know why they're mad. Because they work so hard their whole lives. And look at Taos in the last 3 years. It's doubled in size. And all these people have come here from other places. And they already have a better life. Because they don't have to go to work. All they have to do is go out and deal with the people at O'Reilly's and occasionally the girl. Because you know what? We did the fucking work. So I ain't on the earth where money is a thing to me. So that's less. I'm trying to build community. And see that I will never think I'm making friends with people that I'm doing business with. I'm not stupid. I used to be stupid. That's how I learn. Because I don't get out. So my daily engagements are the people that I frequent. And I used to think that I had like personal relationships with people that I saw because I knew what was going on within their lives, and they ask about mom, and so I think it goes from there's a personal a level involved, and that's never the case because I'm always just a customer in their minds. They're not trying to build community with me. They're trying to take all the fucking you know. So I have no problem. So I go out, I put stickers in my pocket. I say, hey, sometimes freaking people get cookies, I do my shit, and then I fucking go back home and watch freaking them all so upset because they didn't do the work. Yeah. I don't know what that kid, when I walked out, he's like, I called the cops, I got your information. And I laugh at them because the guy at the phone said that too. The cops don't want to have anything to do with me because I'm a law-abiding citizen. And that is exactly why I record everything, because everybody wants the fucking cops, because they're their cousin. They're probably my cousin too. That's the funny thing, is mom was thrown away, but she was born with 2 club feet. So her family looked at her as being cursed. And the reality of the situation, the only curse to her is being born to a whole family with hundreds of relatives, aunties, one of 13 on one side and like 16 on the other, Cisneros, Crescelia. She had all these relatives, yet they looked at her as being cursed. And they threw her away in the orphanage. And the best thing that they could have done is throw her away in the orphanage, because the curse is being a part of a family that would throw away a little baby. So that saved mom. So thank God, Ma, you were born and not raised in Cuesta, New Mexico. It's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day.